Tuesday in Alexander, Wednesday in Gina, the city. And then I gotta be in Barksville by 5 o'clock.
This thing here,
I started at 6 o'clock this morning.
I think there's something that they need to be talking to the body about, because it's evidence of misunderstanding.
Well, he won't go now. I have agreement with they want me to see the agreement. I got to text the agreement email according to the agreement. They sent him back. It's not about one done. My part done.
Okay, just send it back.
The other part done. I hate it. I got agreement. Yes, right. I'm hoping it's going to be approved.
Yeah, I'm saying. Send it back.
I'm working on it. Yes.
Because evidently they didn't, hey Mike, evidently they did not,
I know, it got canceled.
I made that phone call for you.
I'm looking back, I appreciate it.
No problem, man. I figured you didn't make that whole trip.
The way you treated me.
I just noticed.
I got memories of you, man. I got memories of you, brother. I'm gonna keep them in treasure. I'm gonna treasure them for yeah. Every time you step out loud, I'm gonna post it on Facebook.
Mark up for dancing.
I think that's what they are. When they temporarily not always. I couldn't believe you picked on that.
She wasn't. That's what
He's so mad because he said, you know, I'm not going to do long-term sales. He will come out. He said, you know, he has open
I ignored it. Yeah, what was her number?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be Sue calling, but whoever it is that's
As of right now, I don't have any.
got the issue with the road. But it's a United Methodist Church.
You missed 2 calls. We got 2 phone calls. Just happened. 3.
The first.
I bet one of them was her.
I remember saying they, this is,
Yeah, that 419 called twice. So I bet that's her. One in.
It's 490.
sometime in April.
Somebody called like that.
If we do it in April, it's off a whole nother month. I'm not having a report out.
She heard 47131. That's not her. But anyways, it's a road or something over by Methodist Church.
Did you tell her you take care of
This meeting is a working meeting.
Yeah, just, yeah.
Looking at the things that are on the agenda.
That's, I did exactly what he did for me.
So this agenda thing that you have is just the documents that were turned in by 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
I said, I can call about your district. I just go ahead and turn them in for you. All right. Doing good. I thought you'd do that for me.
Of course you know I do.
Sounds like you failed me.
So, I'm going to bring you
I'm going to put them pictures out on Facebook.
what you want to put your way in.
Pictures out. What a cool you
I have my way, I'll be asleep. That's good. Around his master. So he thinks he's a good dancer with dancing with a crippled woman.
Good stuff there. You're wrong.
A couple of dancing girls are coming out.
And I'm going to tell him.
You are.
Any one of y'all have any kind of dancing girls come around y'all, I'm going to tell them.
Not me, Miss Cheryl. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm staying out of it. I got enough on that.
Yeah.
Keep him straight.
Why do you always be
just the way.
Oh, you the good, supposed to be the good one?
He saw me dancing with that girl at the police church.
Oh, he got
She had a boot on. She was
He
crippled.
got a picture of your head back
Yeah,
here.
that's right. So he says, I'm dancing with a crippled girl.
Who knows?
That's just my memory.
That's just my memory. Yep, just my memory.
Before I felt sorry for her.
I got an elephant memory though.
Well, I think I got Mr. Carey in trouble with the,
What you did, she let me haul that. She wanted a gift. Bill, you want a gift too. You want a door prize. Did you know that?
I told him he.
Oh, you told him?
I told him he wasn't
Yeah,
there to
I
get it.
didn't win a door prize.
Well, I mean, you weren't there. You couldn't pick it up.
Well, you have to be present to win.
Yeah, but you would have if you. Cheryl did, and she couldn't haul it, so she asked me to haul it. Well, I had my little car, and I asked the lady working there, and she says, "You can't borrow my car. You won't bring it back." She fussed at me. Finally, I got it to the car. Worked, barely could get it in, barely got it out. And then it got wet in the truck. I was like,
That's the receipt. When I just made it out.
Okay.
I haven't got the approval there.
That's the way you put it when you got it here.
I had a little bitty car. I mean, I stuck in the back seat there, and it barely fit. You know.
You turned in a credit card whenever you check in.
I just love all my councilmen.
You didn't have to check. They should see that.
So, and guess where it ended up at?
I have emails.
That was a good lunch, by the way, that last day. That was a very nice.
Temporarily in the new building that and then once
We
it
paid
End
it.
up, the fire pit ended up in his office.
Are you still there?
the 15th.
Already put it in.
That's tomorrow. He said then the 30th.
Building.
And I didn't pay attention.
Going out of
I
town.
say it.
The next week.
I'm gonna be quiet with Mr. Chigwood because I owe him big times also.
Yeah, I got you
On
too.
travel coming back, so.
Oh boy, yeah. You got that right.
I'm not worried about it.
Man, I got set up like a duck.
Right?
They got the good out there. Mark didn't see that one. If he
You
saw
didn't see that one come?
Oh man.
Carrie,
I didn't see it coming.
did you get a credit on your personal credit card from the Golden Nugget?
I have to look. I don't know.
Look and make sure, but it should have come back to the parish's credit card.
Did you give a credit card when you checked into the room? Well, your credit was not credited back to our card.
It was to another card.
It was
We
to
didn't know it was
another
your
card.
personal
So the only other card we know of that would have been if you gave a personal card when you checked in.
I don't recall. Anyway, I will check.
And if you could, you know what it was for?
I don't know. I can look at my emails. I've asked for that to be removed from your card and put back to our
Or
card.
whoever's card.
Why did they?
Whoever's card.
Just curious. Why did they credit?
They had overcharged for some.
When we had to pay in advance for the total bill, and they charged taxes and all, so the taxes came back to us. And,
Goes on.
but they didn't actually come back to us. They
got what?
went back to another card.
And then
Go check in your
5519?
No, in fact, I didn't. I haven't looked. I mean, I will look. I mean, that's one of those things that was y'all take care of. I didn't look at it again.
we have to, all we have is invocation and that's it.
You should never have to give your card.
1 minute.
Even, like, they asked me for my card, and I said, you should have everything on file. And she said, oh, yeah, you're right. You should never have to present your card, because that's where we get into these problems, because they do stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't remember it yet, but I guess
If you don't do it, let me know.
I was gonna read this yesterday and I didn't.
Look at that statement, because my memory is she explained to me that there was a charge before there was a credit.
There were several
Sheriff,
charges
we gotta have him in.
credits.
Cheryl, your office.
Took off.
Your office.
But they didn't charge that to the court.
No, that was charged to our card.
I'm gonna call this work session to order. Can we get a prayer, Mr. Chigwood?
Sure. Father, we thank you today, Lord, for coming before you, Lord. God, just be with us amongst us and amidst us, Father God, to lead God, direct us, Father, and making the right choices and decisions, Father God, concerning this parish and the business and the people of this parish, Lord. And I just thank you, Father God, that your will be done in each and one of our lives today, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. We're going down to agenda. Is it any department heads would like to have a word at this time?
I would like to say that in your package, it was just a summary of the programs, our programs in the month of February. However, since then, I have been contacted by the state, and I have to do what we call the community needs assessment. And I have gotten that together. I'm putting it on the website and also on the social media for everyone all throughout the Natchitoches Parish. If they would like, they can go on and get on and fill out a questionnaire. I can pass you all out a copy of the questionnaire. I have a consulting agency I've been working with that's actually put it together, and it's at no cost to me. But basically what the community assessment is going to do is see what the needs are, identify the needs in the community, and then we can see if we have resources that can meet those needs, or if not, we can find out where are some other resources throughout the community that can deliver those services to the clients that we're serving.
Any one of the other department heads would like to share something? Parish President?
You ready for my report?
Well, just to give us a summary.
Anybody have any questions on what I've got for my report?
Yes, sir, if I could. In the section of the East Natchitoches drainage,
Yeah,
there was an archaeological study.
yeah.
I know those words, but I don't know what's entailed in that. Did they give you any indication of how long that takes?
They did not, but they started at 18.
Yeah.
I met with Mr. McGee and Mr. Braxton gave them the permission to go on the property to do that. Artifacts, Indian, whatever, anything. That's just what they have to do to get this thing moving.
They do. And the assessment, how far along is that? For the,
Well, they start on the 18th.
well, I meant that was the archaeological survey.
Yeah.
You said waiting for the assessment to be finished. Another item there.
I don't catch what you're talking about, brother.
Well, there were two items in there in the report. One was we're waiting for the assessment to be finished.
The appraisal review.
Appraisal, I'm sorry.
It wasn't assessment, it was appraisal.
Oh, yeah, appraisal, okay.
And I was just wondering how far along they were.
Well, there was a figure that was thrown out there to give the man for the property. So there was another board that had to review that to see if it was going up or down, or if it was satisfactory, or if it was enough to make him happy.
Yes.
We're still waiting on all that.
Okay.
And that is the money that's to be paid to the landowner for his property. It's going to be an offer.
Yes, yes.
And there were several things mentioned during that meeting, like changing some areas that would be pipe instead of open ditch, first one thing and another.
Okay, thank you. I was just trying to get some kind of time frame.
Any more questions for Mr. Salter? Okay. Ms. Julie, do you have anything to say?
Yes. I would like to request that we put on a resolution and another agenda item. The resolution is to change the the signature from John Richmond to John Salter for the courthouse security project. The other agenda item is to ask for permission to go ahead and sign the contract, and that will be with Pat Williams Construction for the courthouse security project, pending the state's concurrence that we can award it. Those contracts have to be awarded within 45 days of the bid opening. So it just fell. I just found out this morning that Pat Williams has certified that that is their bid price, and was going to ask if we could just add it on, so we wouldn't be so close next month, or have to call a special meeting to award the contract.
Well, I gave him a copy of the resolution for the changing the signature on there, but I didn't. I was waiting till you to address the
other agenda
item.
Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, explain that again.
The first part is the resolution, or the last part?
The last part.
Okay, so State of Louisiana, Division of Administration, the Office of Facility Planning and Control has to agree with us about the bid opening and who should be awarded the bid. So it's called concurrence. They have to issue a concurrence. We opened the bids Tuesday. There were only 2 bids submitted. One was 2.8, the other one was 3.6, something like that. It was $1 million apart. So the architects were concerned that the lowest bidder may have made a mathematical error when they're that big apart. So the architects have went back to them. They have certified with Pat Williams that is in fact their bid, and so they are asking the state for permission to award that contract. We also have to ask the council for permission to sign that contract. So we're trying to do it all this month, because once a bid is opened, you have 45 days to either award the bid or cancel the bid. So since it happened yesterday, I was going to ask if we could just go ahead and put it on this agenda, so we won't have to be up against the clock next month.
Any more questions from Julie?
I did include something new in y'all's packet this month, which was the sales tax report from the tax commission. Our sales tax is down slightly. According to the tax commission, that's from oil and gas. It's kind of fallen off a little bit. And our motor vehicles purchased by Natchitoches Parish residents is down 12%. So that directly affects our sales tax. So.
Julie, could I ask about that? The motor vehicles, was $300,000 a little bit for February.
Okay.
And that's the sales tax on it for people that live in Natchitoches Parish.
Right. So, motor vehicles, yes. Motor vehicle sales tax goes back to, no matter where you buy, if you buy your truck in Houston, it still comes back to Natchitoches Parish, wherever you reside. So that is, so these February numbers, which are the last ones I have, are actually for January taxes, right? Because sales tax lags. So it was down 12.07% from January of 2023.
But that includes not just
Anything
the
that
sales.
has to be boats, RVs.
Well, not just the sales out by the interstate.
No.
If somebody bought it in Houston, that would
Right,
be,
that money comes back to us, yes.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it goes to where your residence is. Your primary residence.
Unless it's licensed in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty brisk business.
That's it?
As far as I know.
Okay. Next is the board appointments. Council to appoint Ms. Patricia Ann Nichols to the Natchitoches Parish Fire District 5 Board. Any questions on that? Sorry?
Not on that, but I would like to come to planning and zoning. I have a question of that.
Okay, we'll go back up to planning and zoning. Ms. Maloney?
Yes, sir.
Tom, I was reading in your report, and one, it struck me that there were only 28 permits applied for in January, or
It's been lower this year. I haven't gotten that many compared to the few months in last year at the end of, haven't gotten that many in January and February for permits.
Okay, so I was just wondering if that was a big anomaly or if that was just more or less what it is.
People were not coming in for permits, and a lot of them, most of them were electrical reconnects, which are a little lower than other type of permits.
Okay, because there was one on there for a new residential construction, the last one on your list from Rhodes Properties, and the permit number 24020028.
I don't get too many of those anyway.
Okay. Well, I was just curious, and I said, well, how much is the permitting for a new property? So I went on to your, the other report, the daily cash log. Said, let me see how much they paid for this permit. I couldn't find it on there. Did they just not pay? But
they probably didn't pay during that month.
During that
whatever
time.
they paid, whatever month they pay in, that's what that log goes on.
Okay, yes.
So I could get that permit number and see what the charges are for it.
Oh, okay.
Whichever permit number you're looking at.
All right, I'll come back.
Do you have it with you? The report?
The permit number?
No, the report, the actual report.
No, I do not. It was.
That's okay.
It was emailed.
There was one that I looked at too, and I was just curious if it's the same one, so I was trying to go back into my email and find it.
Okay.
And I was going to show you how you could tell how much the actual permit cost. But you can get with Malone after.
Okay.
I just thought I had it.
Okay, I was thinking that was probably the reason I couldn't find it, either that or my glasses. But okay. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to council to appoint Ms. Patricia Ann Nichols to the Natchitoches Parish Fire District 5 Board. Any concerns about that? Okay. Move on to number 10, we have no old business. 11, first introduction of proposed ordinance. Council to introduce ordinance 005-2024 to add additional job duties and responsibilities to the council clerk job description in the Natchitoches Parish Personnel Manual. Any concerns about that, council? Okay.
I have just a question, not concern. Doesn't. I have two questions actually. One is this is the job description as it currently sits in the personnel manual, and on the back, which I turned up to you, is the physical demands information. I would ask that be added to the job description. Either A, take your duties and responsibilities that you have on there and let's add it to this job description and keep this format, or doesn't matter if you're set on that format, can you at least add this? Because all of our job descriptions have been reviewed by our attorney and our workers' comp people, and I have to certify each year that our job descriptions contain certain verbiage items, things like this. This part is very important. There may be something else on the front that I don't know, but I know for a fact this part has to be on there.
You're right. The Dictionary of Occupational Titles requires exertional demands. You're exactly right.
Correct. So I really need that to be.
So you want me to just add what you put on this?
So
Okay.
if you can solve it in two ways. You can just take your duties and extend your duties here, take those duties and extend them on to here, and keep the other formatting so that it matches what we have now, which I would ask that you would. That would make my life a lot easier to ensure that everything else is on there.
As long as it's on there, it's gonna be.
As long as it's on there. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You could just stick it in here. Yes. And then your salary range, we keep those, they're in a specific place in the manual. I would ask that we keep those where they are.
Yeah,
And
I just used the format.
I
but,
understand. We wanted to, we were going to propose later some salary range changes. We can do those at the same time if you wish. We can move that to another ordinance because we have some. I can propose those all at the same time. We can include the clerk with those and do another if that's okay.
We'd like to just keep them separate, I would, because we're dealing with our council clerk, the person that we have responsibility for, as you said before.
I understand.
Okay, because I think the last time you gave us some salary increases, you said at that particular time, I don't have anything to do with the council clerk's salary, so you all have to go fix that yourself.
Actually, what I specifically said was I asked for a recommendation for the council clerk's salary when I was doing that, and I didn't receive anything. Had I received something, I would have included it with ours, but the president's side doesn't control the clerk's salary, so we would not have made those changes without input from the council, and I didn't receive any input. That's what I said. So, I mean, you can leave it the same. I just asked that it not be on the job description.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so we're going to use her form and
We're gonna
just add to it.
we're gonna put everything, make sure this part, include everything with this part on there. Keep this, add the other stuff on there. We're gonna keep this format
Okay.
and what she said on there, and we're gonna remove the salary thing off of it.
Which will be in another place,
Will be in another place.
but it'll comport to the format and style of the personnel manual now, as opposed to how we have it written.
Well, it was my understanding she was asking us
That's what I'm asking is
to
I'd like
use
to
this and just
propose.
add no more, just,
That's right.
Yes.
because this part is already in here.
Right.
Right.
So if
But
you
as long
just
as
wanted to
everything
change
is
the
on-
duties, you could just extend the list of duties.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We have to leave it line by line, as long as it's all included.
That means you just have to add the stuff onto that.
Yeah, okay.
I like that.
Okay, moving on. Public hearing, we have one that's with the adjudicated properties. They go on a public hearing, then you take action on that. Any questions on that?
In the public hearing, any questions the public had, who's going to answer those about this adjudicated property?
Julie?
Julie? Is,
Oh, that's fine.
that's fine? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you have any questions concerning this?
Well, no, I just didn't think you wanted people asking me.
No. No. No, when that time comes and the public, it's their time to ask and they have any question, then Julie will be the one to answer it. And if she don't have an answer, then she'll call the appropriate people to get the answer.
All right, great.
Okay. Okay, resolution. Council to authorize Sharon Harris, OCS Executive Director, to sign the American Corp Senior Companion Program, SCP, renewal application for the grant period 7/2024 through June 30th, 2027. Did it have a date on there?
7/1.
7/1? Okay, I'm gonna put this 7/1. Go ahead.
The Senior Companion Program is under the Office of Community Services. We have that program since 2003. And basically what it is, we have folks to go out into the seniors, 55 and over, to go out into the homes and help folks with their living daily chores. And it could be light duties, it could be going to the grocery stores, picking up medicine. So we have, right now, we have 36 volunteers on the program. That's our seniors. And it's not only benefiting the clients, it's benefiting the seniors because the seniors have something to do. We're hearing some positive things about the seniors saying, well, I probably would have been at home doing nothing. And I'm able to go out and really give a service to someone that makes me really feel good. And that's good, So we have done the application, and it's for $281,082, and the local government, which is the parish, has to give 10% to it, which is matching funds. And our matching funds normally comes from our finance department, because there's no charge, and from me also with the CSBG. So the total grant amount will be $312,245.
Okay. All right, at this time, council, this is not voting on nothing on the agenda. I just need you to give me approval to add the resolution that I put in front of you to go on the agenda for the signature. For the, that one there. I just need.
Do you need a motion or do you need?
I just need y'all just to agree
Okay,
to.
I'm for it, yeah.
Mr. Cheatwood?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Braxton? Okay, that will be added under resolutions. Okay, so we'll have an A and B for resolutions. Okay? Other agenda items. Council to approve an intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Natchez to have road maintenance work done in their municipality. This right here, when you voted on the rest of them last time, she hadn't sent it in, and she hadn't had a meeting, and she got permission from the parish president to have her meeting, and then submit it to the council this month. She had a person, two of her aldermen, one was on maternity leave, and one was on sick leave from surgery. So they just had their meeting, and this is why that is on there. It would have been with the rest of them, but it's coming to you this time. Okay? Okay, the next one is council to discuss the submitted reimbursement request that is for operating expenses and approve the payment of such expenses and the correction to the CEA to read $50,000 for operational expenses and or infrastructure projects. And I'm gonna let Ms. Julie take that over to explain to y'all.
So when the CEA was written by Mr. Richmond and was presented to you all in January, it said that it would only be for urgent animal shelter infrastructure projects. When I received the request for reimbursement and went through the receipts and everything, as far as I'm concerned, none of those are for infrastructure projects. It's vaccines, different things. So what I'm asking the council is, do you want to change the CEA that we can pay for these? Because right now I'm not allowed. It's not approved to pay for these things. So if y'all want to pay for these types of expenses for fauna, then we need to put other agenda item to change the CEA to allow for those expenses. If you don't, then I need to inform fauna that this is what the CEA says, and this is all we're going to pay for, is those type of expenses.
Do they have additional funds to pay for these operating expenses, or?
I have no idea what they're. Have you been to their meetings, Mr. Hall?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I have no idea what their financial. Oh, is it Mr. Braxton? I'm confused. Have you, Mr. Braxton? No. So I have no idea what their financial status is.
I think they charge for adoptions, though. I have no idea how much, but
they're running ads in the paper of the pet of the week, so and that's not cheap, I promise you.
No.
Because we have to run everything in the paper.
I think we might consider giving Mr. Braxton some time to sit with them and find out and get the information back to us of what additional funds they have, and then we can decide whether or not we need to help them out or leave it the way it is.
Then, Mr. Braxton, will you let them know that I'm going to hold this reimbursement until the council makes a decision one way or the other?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And with that, are we considering like $50,000? We had it for buildings and projects. If we include this stuff in it, that's eating into the 50,000.
Yes.
The limit is still.
Their limit is still 50,000.
That eats it up pretty good.
Plus 10 for
For
spay and neuter.
Yeah, that's separate.
They have 10 for spay and neuter and 50 for emergency infrastructure currently.
It's over $10,000 for supplies.
So do you want to take that off of the agenda until Mr. Braxton meets with him?
Yes. Nothing's on the agenda yet. We're here to discuss what's going to go on the agenda. This is just a model of information, the format, and then if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's Cheryl's responsibility to take notes and know what to add and what not to add.
Okay, so I take it off. Okay.
So we can submit an ordinance for our salary changes still?
No.
I'm confused. You just said it was up for discussion.
But it's, we're trying to keep the same format, and that is things need to be in by noon on Wednesday.
I thought it was today, after this meeting.
To discuss in this meeting, okay? And then the council, this is the council's meeting if one of us has something that we want to add, then we talk about it, okay? But no one else comes in and starts adding to that. I don't think that's what our work meeting was designed to do.
Well, then, we did submit an ordinance before the timeline, the time delay, or time limit, I guess I should say. Yeah, and then we were told it wouldn't go on there, and I asked if y'all would consider putting it back on there after this meeting and subsequent discussions.
It was a conflict of what we've got going on later today.
But that's two different things.
Yeah,
we talking about
But
two
I'm
different
asking
things.
about salary ranges, which are separate
Kathy
from all of
asking
that.
about something different from what Julie asking for. Julie's gave something that y'all told her to hold off until after y'all have a talk with the attorney, then y'all decide if it's going to go on there or not. But what Kathy is asking, since you have time, can she put the other requests for the job salary ranges for the other employees that they need to put changes for? It was two separate things.
And and if you don't want to include the council clerks in that, that's fine. But I can include it with that, and we could do salary ranges all at one time, just so keep it the way we've done it. And like I said, I never meant to say that we wouldn't change the clerk's salary at the same time we change ours. I just need input from the council in which to do that. And when I don't receive input from the council, then I didn't make any changes to it.
Why do you need to make the changes, I guess I should ask,
Why do I need to make changes?
in salary ranges?
We would like to make changes to some salary
But
ranges.
why? What has changed? Did they do such an exceptional job on the last year's performance? Or?
We haven't done salary range. The last ones we did were in late 22, and
Grants have changed.
yeah, things have changed.
One of the problems is our highway department and finding people to work because of our salary issues.
Kathy,
Is there something, Mr. Marty, something you want to say?
here we're talking about the salary ranges in the manual, not necessarily what people are getting paid.
Correct. It's
Yes,
not what
it's
people
the
are getting
range.
paid. It's just the ranges.
You're not giving them a raise.
This is not
You're
giving
just-
anybody a raise. This is just the change to the salary.
It's a
range.
band of pay.
The band of pay. Just
Same
like
thing like
the
for
same
Cheryl.
thing as raising Cheryl's band of pay. We want to do that for.
But if we
some
change the
other-
salary ranges, and since we don't have anything to do with it, people can get paid what,
Same at the top. Same
Exactly.
thing. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly, the president
It's
would.
exactly it works both ways.
But we have to have, you want us to have input in making the salary ranges greater, but you're saying we have no input in
That's what the Home Rule
appraisal.
Charter
And
says.
I understand.
That's not what Kathy Kramer says. That's what the Home Rule Charter says.
Exactly. But it's,
Right.
So, do you have a proposed change in the
I do.
bands?
Yes.
Can we have it submitted, let us take a look at it and
yeah, we
determine
can look
later?
at it. It's a working meeting.
Sure. I mean, I didn't bring it with me. I didn't realize that it had to be discussed in this to
Oh,
be.
yeah, it had to be discussed.
Okay.
I can get it.
Get you mine because of the grants also.
Yeah, I think we should look at it.
Grants.
Yeah, I want to look at it.
But you know, the grants make a decision.
Well, I mean, if they
And one
put
of the
it,
things we also need to be able to see is what does it look like currently? What are we proposing it to be, and what?
So I'm a little confused because we
have it in the manual now.
correct. It's in the manual now. I can give you what we're proposing. And it's nothing different than the same proposed that's to the council clerk salary. So I don't understand why they all need to be increased.
But they were increased just a year ago, and the salary clerk hasn't been. So those two, that's not to me.
But they hadn't been changed before that since 2012.
Can you just submit the stuff to me and I give it to the council?
I can, as soon as this is over with, I can get it to you.
Okay.
So, my understanding, if I may ask, is that we'll get the new band,
Correct.
we'll get to look at it, and it will come up for an agenda item next time?
I would like to.
Whether with our input and decision on what it should be or what have you. Okay.
all right, this would come up as a resolution,
An ordinance.
an ordinance.
Anything to change the personnel manual is an ordinance. But it would be separate from the other two ordinances that are on the table.
So would it not, here, I'm a rookie, I don't know. Would it not have to be introduced at a meeting and voted the
Yes, it will
following
be
meeting?
introduced. I'm asking for it to be introduced Monday night.
So that
So
would give us
this
a
is my
whole month
request
to look
to
at
get
it.
it onto the agenda.
I would like for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't have an objection to that.
Okay, next one. Last one. Council discuss amending the Home Rule Charter to approve to go on the ballot and to add B and C to section 2-9 council employees to say. B, it'll be adding the council may, by ordinance approved by a majority vote, authorize the hiring of such other employee as may be necessary to assist the council in carrying out its duties and responsibilities. Such employee shall serve at the pleasure of the council. C, the council shall, by ordinance approved by a majority vote, fix the salaries of its employees.
So, if I may, I think my understanding is that, Bill, what you're asking for is to allow the council to hire people like grant writers, IT workers and such, and have either Cheryl or the council supervise them, right? That's how that would work, right?
Right now, basically change the language to say you can do it. Once you say that parishioners say that we can do it, then we go into who you want to hire if emergency comes if you need them, who's going to be the person to supervise them, if they need direct supervisor, just someone to report to. That's when all of that part of it comes in. Right now, we can't figure out how to make this work until we have authorization to do it in the first place. It's just like some of the other parishes, and I think I gave you a clip, already have that in their charter. If you look in our charter right now, it uses the word employees. But what we found out is those individuals who wrote it just basically said, we screwed up and we put you into a limitation, which we shouldn't have, but the only way now you can do is change it. And that's basically what I'm saying. We need more latitude to do other things that we need to do. The parish is growing. The technology is growing, and we're here to make decisions on the best way to do that. We're all trying to find more money to fix our roads and infrastructure and stuff like that. And every day we're losing. And I would be embarrassed to go out and tell someone that we have a university here and we can't graduate students for upcoming jobs, upcoming opportunities for Natchitoches Parish. And we don't have those things in place at this particular time. So in order, and it's not a we, it's a us project, I thought, okay, until lately, that we're supposed to try to look at ways to make it better for the parish. We, meaning the 5 commissioners here, have some ideas. We have things that we know that we should be able to make happen, but we don't have the ability to go forth and do that. Even if we wanted to get into an intern program on a number of things with the college, we cannot do that because the language does not allow us to do that. And all we're looking for is changing the. Miss Harris can do a whole lot of things, okay?
She's part of parish government, just like we all are.
You look at the line that comes down to parish council. We can supervise one person, one. Mm-hmm. But the title, but the heading says employees, and the E's are plural.
So that's
more
the
than
mistake,
one.
not
So
the A? I'm just asking.
Pardon?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Asking what?
That's the mistake. So that's.
I didn't mean it's a mistake.
That's what you said. You said that the people that wrote the charter said that it was a mistake.
Did not intend for us to be held to just one person, okay? Because it would not have given it a heading of employees like the other parishes say. We have a heading that says employees, but they refer to one employee, okay? And it was just a misuse of a plural word inside of that heading to say you can do that you can hire more, you can have more people
Report to you?
Reporting to us on a temporary or full-time basis. All we're trying to do is to get it changed to say yay or nay, leave it the way it is, or you should be able to do that. And I think that those people that vote on how their money is spent, how we should be running the parish, should have the opportunity to do that. Neither one of us singly should have that as our call.
Are we gonna tell the people how much it'll cost to do that, to vote on it?
I reached out to the lawyers, and they don't have a number. It's left up to the Secretary of State. Now, we can throw some numbers out of what we think, but it's, according to the lawyers in New Orleans, i.e. Mr. Black, they can't give us that figure. Yes, ma'am.
He told me it would be at least $18,000, what we paid last time. And my understanding in talking to him, we can't get it on the agenda until November. So I'm assuming that you're talking about a grant writer and maybe an IT. IT, we've got one of the best ones we've had in a long, long time. And we have a third party. I don't know what the council has in mind, you know, that they want done IT-wise, but Amir is great, and he can help facilitate whatever y'all believe we need, and we can work that out. Grant writing, I don't think we need to sit on grants for a year before we move one way or the other. I met with a firm yesterday by Zoom. We can contract through them. I have some material. They're helping 2 parishes and a municipality here. I believe that is the way we should go about that. But that's my belief.
Yeah. My objection is this. First of all, you got the inherent costs of the election, and then it may not pass anyway to amend it. That's one. Number 2 is that I think the executive branch should be the one that has the employees doing the work, and they have the facilities to supervise the employees to do that. Be it a grant writer in-house, if we went with that way, although I think a contractual situation is better because you get a pool of expertise, civil engineers, hydrologists,
Right.
English majors, lawyers, whatever they are, and they pull this together, sort of a matrix to do that. So, and then the third or fourth reason is we would be putting the responsibility either on Cheryl Frederick to supervise the people, or the council as a group, which 5 people, it's not the way to supervise somebody, and throwing it on the chairman would be difficult for somebody like him, I think, too. So I just think inherently the executive branch should be the one that has it, and we could direct, say as a minimum, a grant writer should do the following 5 grants, let's just say, and then brief us monthly, semi-annually, whatever it is. IT people could assist in the following, meeting the Title II, 88 Act, what have you, things like that. But having it in-house for us, I think, would be difficult, especially for supervision and coordination and control.
And the problem is, too, in my opinion, is to find the days of just filling in the box of a grant are gone. Today, the grant is painting a picture, using fancy graphics and all this. It's turned into a very competitive. It's not just based on need anymore. It's the quality of your submission. And like I said, I've met these people at the PJAL. They have 46 years. And I think it's something that would experience writing grants, monitoring grants. They do it all. I don't know at what level we'd like to be, but I think that is the way, because I can sit here, I'll give you an example, talk to this lady yesterday and I said, hey, we're a rural parish, have lots of dirt roads. We sat with Lida Corp and they said, hey, unless you're going to build new roads, we really can't help you, right? We don't rehab roads. And she said there was a port, I'm going to say New Jersey, I may be wrong, but it was in the Northeast. And they got funded because they had dirt roads in their port, and it was a climate concern. because of the pollution from the dust. And I'm like, well, if we can get that one passed, we can do a lot of, we got that problem if we can get that. So that was something that, being from rural Louisiana, I don't consider dust a climate concern, but apparently it is for the grants, right? So it was something that I was like, dang, I would never ever thought to connect our dirt roads with a climate issue, but apparently it's being done. So.
Thoughts?
Well, I'm liking that because there you've got some expertise doing that, and you have some expertise in managing them.
Yeah.
Which, there again, you put that on me, I don't have it.
I don't know at all, that's for sure. I was like dumbfounded. My mouth just fell open. I was like, I never would have thought of that.
We were all at that same meeting. We met those same folks. Never once am I saying that we want to hire a grant writer or OCS person or whatever. It's the ability to have the authority to do it if it comes up. Right now, we should have long before now looking at bringing someone in to write grants for us. We failed to do that. We have missed millions of dollars in opportunity because we have not, done it. All we're trying to do now is take the lead and say, let's put it in the language as it is in some of our sister parishes, so that if the time comes, if the need comes, we don't have to wait a whole year to go back and do it. It's like you said, if we don't get it on the ballot, if we get it on the ballot, okay, we can't get it voted on until November.
Earliest.
Okay? All we're getting is the language. That does not stop us from hiring some additional folks to do whatever we want them to do. It does not prevent us from contracting things out, okay? It's just getting the language there. I don't understand why this supervisory thing has come to be this big super endeavor that's so difficult. Okay?
I agree.
Okay? But I'm saying...
One is going to take at least $18,000, if not $20,000 or $50,000 that we could throw to a grant contractor, a grant writer, a 1099 person. And like you said, I don't see why this has got to come to this impasse. What other parishes has that language, and what do they employ?
I could get you a copy of the one that we got from Brennan. I have not gone in and looked at the other 24 parishes, but if it goes on the agenda, we got to vote on it anyway, so it can go on the agenda, and we can go through the month. We can have our public meeting, and then we vote. So we can't vote right now.
Oh, I agree.
And so people it may not go anywhere, but at least give individuals a time to come up with their why it should happen or why not it should happen. Okay? Let us vote on it. And if it passes, it passes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least people will see that we're out there trying to do some things or not trying to do some things. And all this is a language of employees. Period. That's all it is. Now, we've talked about some of the things we could do, but it doesn't mean we have to do those things, because we can't do them unless we have the authority to do them. So right now we can't do anything.
I I just think if we would spend more time working together instead of
We
semantics,
did
it
an
would be
excellent
great.
job last year working together.
Well, yes and no. We didn't make any grant submissions other than the one rule, and we could have moved forward. And I'm not saying that that was the council's problem, or I'm not putting it at their feet. I'm just saying we have a president that's willing to let us do that kind of thing that we didn't have before. So I think we should go for it and not spend money on this kind of thing.
I'm not. God knows I wish my wife was more generous than me, because I'd give you the 18,000. If that's the big bad thing that you need 18,000, I'm just saying. I can speak my piece, okay? So I think it's pennies when you're talking about futures, okay? Pennies for the number of people we have in this parish, and those people that are paying taxes, not the ones that 20% that don't pay any property taxes and things like that. But I'm saying it's pennies. We got to move forward with the world. We can't just stand still and not have things happen. The cities over there are celebrating some $20 million that they received in grants because they took the steps to do it. All right? We haven't done that. The councils talked one-on-one, not in a group outside of this setting, okay? And we talked about having the ability to have more people looking at grants, what we can do to help. And I'm asking for, and I have an agreement with some, that we just need to change the language. Now it's, oh man, it's gonna cost us
Agreement with some.
An agreement with some.
agreement to put it out there for the parishioners to vote on. Period.
So you tell me.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question? Just, I hadn't been privy to talking to the attorney that y'all been talking to about putting this on the ballot, but the way this is worded, it says authorize the hiring of such other employees who may be necessary to assist the council in carrying out its duties and responsibilities. That's kind of open.
That's
You're
the
talking
same
about.
openness. That's the same openness it is right now.
Okay. I'm just curious because the discussion is about potentially hiring a grant writer.
But that's somebody.
You want more authority than just a grant writer. You want it to be able to hire as many employees.
Not as many.
Any employee.
Any employee.
So you want to hire somebody that has the same job description that falls underneath the president? That kind of any somebody?
No. I didn't say that.
So
don't know what we want to hire yet.
Well, then, but you're asking the people to give you the authority to hire an open page blank book. And what doesn't fall underneath the president's privy right now? If you just want to hire, if you think we need a painter, then ask the president to add a job description to the personnel manual for a painter and ask him to hire a painter. I mean, but I get what he's saying. You're asking to spend $18,000 for the public to write you a blank check and let you hire anybody you see fit. You, not the council 5 years from now, but you today. You're asking for a blank. Tell exactly what you want to hire. Write it out. Let's be completely transparent. What do you want to hire? Who do you want to supervise? How many? Or do you want to just we have 140, 30, I don't know, employees. The council wants to hire that many and set the salary ranges. You're asking, that's the question. What exactly are you asking for? If we're going to put it to the vote of a people, let's say we want to give the council permission to hire a grant writer for this much money. And they should report to the council because we want to hire 2 grant writers. We want to hire, what was the word? Interns. We want to hire 10 interns and we want to pay them. Let's dial it out. Tell us what we're looking at.
That was suggested.
And I'm sorry, that was as a voter. That was not as a parish employee. I'm sorry. That was as a voter. Let me say that.
When we talk to the attorneys, actually when I talk to the attorney, I want to be specific. He says, do you want to be specific or do you want to be general? I discussed it with a member of my team, and we chose to look at it from a general standpoint, okay? Period. That's how we got where we are.
So the council.
Cheryl's dying to say something.
I just want to ask a question. Okay, if we're gonna go forward with this, I see other areas in the home rule charter that can help the people of the parish out. Just like for planning and zoning, I've been on this for a while. Why do they have to go through 4 things? They go through 2 with the planning and zoning, introduction, and a public hearing. After they get through, then they have to come to us for an intro and a public hearing. Why? I'm thinking about why, if we're going to do something, we need to do something to help those people out too, to take that out of the home rule charter.
Was that in the home rule charter from day one, or was that something that changed?
No, that's been in the home rule charter since I got here. Home rule charter came in effect in 2012,
and it hasn't been amended.
I got here in 2013, and no one has did anything with the home rule charter at all. And we had asked that, I had asked that question to Ms. Malona, and she can vouch for me. I asked her why did we have to go through that? And she said,
Was it ever brought up to the council?
No, I don't think so. But I brought it up now because if you're going to take a shot at doing the home rule charter, how can we go and do stuff like that and change the charter?
So you're saying if you were to do that, don't just change one thing, change everything.
Everything that needs to be changed, If you're going to put stuff out there to change the home rule charter, look at the other areas that need to be changed.
Do it all at one time.
Do it all at one time. And then, and let be very specific with the people out there in the parish about what they're voting on to change the home rule charter to, from. Because, I think everybody would benefit if we just let the planning commission take care of planning and zoning and not putting it on the councilman. Because that was in effect, because I came here in 2013 and we only started that in 2019 because that Greg Lemoyne would take care of everything in the planning and zoning and never did come to the council. But when we had ADA, Chantel, the one that said that she think it should work that way. And that's how come they started bringing it to the council. So my question is that how come we can't change that and help the people out?
Is that in the home rule charter or is that an ordinance?
No, that's a home rule charter.
Why did they go from, you said that they had a person in place that did it all and didn't start coming to the council until 2019. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. So that means they either were violating the home rule charter?
They were.
They were.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They were.
Yeah, to modify the official map.
Yeah, I know. I know the home charter at the back of my head.
What you're saying is they don't have to do it. There's been discussion. It takes 4 months to go through the permitting process because of introduction, then action, then introduction, then action. And I know I've inquired, like Rapides Parish, it doesn't take 4 months to do the permitting. They have different, and those are things that can be changed, is what you're talking
yes.
about.
That's what I would like for us to see. If we're going to go and attack the home rule charter, we need to go and do stuff like that to cut down on that stuff like that. And I'm not saying if it's done by ADA that said, about made the changes, can it go back to the old way? And that's why I was going to ask a question, to y'all to look into later to see, could it go back to the old way? But according to the Home Rule Charter, it has to come through the council.
The council will be giving up their power over the maps of the parish.
No, that's just only for, if you look on there, the Home Rule Charter, the last part of it was like C, D, E, and stuff. It's only pertaining to 4 of the,
Well, it says that it requires an ordinance to adopt or modify the official map. That's what I was thinking.
I'm not talking about the official maps. I'm talking about down further. That's the Home Rule Charter you have? Mm-hmm. Give it right here to me.
So is not changing zoning, that's not changing the official map?
It's right here. Right here. Adopt and modify subdivision controls in section 2-10. Adopt and modify regulation for review and approval of plats. Adopt and modify subdivision controls or regulation. Adopt and modify the zoning plan maps and regulation. Remember when we did it before, they only came to the council if they didn't agree with the planning and zoning. If they had an appeal or something, then they came to the council. Then the council voted on it and took care of it.
Does it say we can just adopt?
And do you remember we had a time
I
like that?
come up here to back you up on that, but I brought it up several times that we could do it that way, and it don't have to go before the people to change that.
Okay.
We can do that right here.
That's what I thought.
Okay. But see, that's what,
Adopt the rules
and I guess
for the
what,
planning zone commission. Yeah,
That's what I'm
change
saying.
theirs.
Just adopt, like you said, adopt the rules.
Yeah, and actually you could dissolve that planning and zoning and just make this the planning and zoning, just do away with that. We'll be having to do it anyway.
It would be one month.
and maybe I got off a topic,
If you appeal, it will
but
come to us.
yeah, if anyone appeal, maybe I got off the topic, but I would like, since we don't have to do that part, well, I'm good, because the people is waiting too long to get stuff done. I mean, they go 2
and we
times
should
with planning and zoning, they go
consider
2
that,
times with us. It's too long, and so I think that's what we need to first is solve that.
Mr. Mansur, is that so we can adopt the procedures according to what it reads there?
Well, I wasn't here when that was done, so I need to look into it. And
Okay.
I'll get with Cheryl.
But my first blush is that it sounds like that you simply just adopt whatever the procedures, and the planning council can say these are the procedures that we can adopt.
Yeah. You're not, under the Home Rule Charter, you're not having to amend the charter.
No.
You just have to do it by ordinance.
That's right.
Which is this
Just
body
adopt.
doing that.
That's
Taking
exactly.
that out.
And like you said, we can shorten the time period.
And as you said, this body is the oversight, and I don't know. When do you get into conflict of administration and there's the executive branch and legislation, which is the council?
But we should be working as a team.
Correct.
Oh, I mean, it shouldn't be parish government versus parish council. We're here for one thing, and that's to take care of the people of the parish. It's not a Cheryl thing, it's not a Julie thing, it's not a Kathy thing, it's not no one thing. It's for us as a group to take care of those people out there. And I feel like if we quit putting our pettiness out there and put everything behind us, and we work together and quit going after each other, we can come to get a lot of stuff done.
Communicate.
We can get a lot of stuff done.
That's true, Trish.
And I'm just tired of it. When you say you're sick and tired, I'm just tired of everything. We all should just get along and get the work done out there for the people. And I rest my case.
I'm with you. That's why I didn't say anything to these people when I was on the council, because that was my place. I couldn't come up here and say anything to these folks. I talked to you, and I told every one of them I try to work with them. I'm not fighting anybody. I'm trying to get roads done. So, I mean, it's not a struggle between us now. It may be some struggle there. I'm open to anything. I work out. In fact, I'm sitting here listening to a bunch of stuff that don't amount to nothing, and I got one road that's underwater in his district right now I got to go look at, and I got another one in his district. I need to be up there instead of listening to this. And this is something that y'all can put on the ballot. If you do, it's just like the library. It's not going to pass. The paper's not going to change this. All those people up there was on the police jury for years and worked their butts off and dedicated their whole life to trying to build this parish. They're gone, and the police jury's gone. It's never coming back. You keep messing with these people over in Ward 1, you're going to see something that's not even going to be close to what we got now. All the decisions be made over in that city hall, city parish form of government. You just keep on messing with it and trying to change it, you'll get something you ain't asking for. It's working pretty good right now. We're trying to bring it together. So if y'all want to try to help the people, just settle down. And
thank you, Mr. Salter. In the light of your just recent speech and committee and getting along, and if we were to do a grant writer and we did it by contract, y'all would work with us in exactly the areas we need to explore for pursuing grants, right? So in other words, we wouldn't have to control this person. We would work.
So the first step in doing something like that would be that these people will come down and they're going to want to talk to everybody, the department heads, the council, and they'll go back and make a document that looks like this that says, these are just like Lyda Court was supposed to do for us, right? Where they were supposed to say, hey, these are our concerns and this what fits the bill. These people have 46 years of experience doing it. They could do a community needs assessment, the whole thing. Huh?
We don't know what we don't know.
Exactly.
Just like we didn't know pollution and dust on a dirt road.
Oh, no.
We don't know what you don't know.
And I do believe there's not one parish, not one county, not one state is so different. You know, when you think God put this on you, there's got to be somebody else that's gone through it, right? That knows something more about it. And I think that's where we need to be focusing on, is where we can draw from other people's experience and other people's knowledge and not try to recreate a wheel.
Okay.
And another thing, too, is, Mr. Salter, I'd like to address this with you, is that, and with the council, I hope we can come to the point that I know I am the council clerk and everything, but sometimes the council know more than me. Can it be any kind of way that they also, like, they have a finance question, would they be able to go to Julie and talk to Julie and resolve issues like that?
I never have told them they couldn't. Nobody ever told me when I was there, but I didn't do it. I went to you and I got you to request. I don't care.
Okay, thank you. That helps.
These are parish employees just like everybody else, but you don't just come barging in here. You just let them know you coming and set something up, get your information.
I know. I just, I'm just talking, saying because we was told that we cannot communicate with the parish employees, and the parish employees can't communicate with the council.
Well, and I was going to say that's a question. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to communicate with the council whenever I asked for receipts. But Mr. Allen, and maybe I just misinterpreted it, but Mr. Allen's response to me whenever I asked for his hotel receipt, and he said, get with Cheryl, I copied you on it. You and I had talked about it. I was just reminding. So is it okay because Mr. Carey's card was credited with the parish's money, and I was scared to email him, but I also didn't want to go through you about his credit card.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say now, is that since we all here, and this is a work session, we need to put a lot of stuff out here, and that's what I'm saying now, is that we're here, And that's why I'm coming straight to you, is that if the council have any questions, they can go directly to who they need to talk to. And if you're, the other parish employees need a question from the council, can they come to the council?
What does the home rule charter say? It says anything that they ask for, the president is supposed to provide it. It
Okay.
didn't say they couldn't talk to these people.
But we was told that we couldn't talk to them.
I told you that.
The employees say that it came from you, that they couldn't do anything, couldn't talk to us. Just like that's when I called you.
No. The only thing I told them, I told the janitor not to be coming and doing your chores that you need to do. If you need some help, they need to get somebody to help you. That's the only thing I ever said, Gerald. I didn't say anything different.
Okay, but they were saying that everybody, they couldn't talk to the council, couldn't talk to the employees.
That was our understanding, yes.
Yeah,
And we
that's what I'm
thank you that
saying.
it's now been
That's what
rectified
I'm
and changed.
saying.
Yeah. Thank
It
you.
was told. And about me, the janitors about me,
That's
is that
my
I was
understanding.
talking about the water and stuff.
Give me somebody's name. Some employee told you that.
Huh?
Who told you that?
Well, I'm just gonna do
Now,
when it
y'all
comes.
saying employees, y'all saying all kinds of things.
Okay, I'm about to tell you about my part. I don't know about their part, but I'm telling you about my part because I called you and Mr. Carey happened to be with you. And when I had asked the employees about the water, it wasn't my personal water. It was water for the council. And they said that they could not, the custodians say they could not get water. They could not do anything personal for me. I said, what about work related? They say nothing. Just like in here, they say only thing they can do in here is vacuum. If anything is left on this counter, it's my responsibility to get it in the trash or
Well, look at
whatever.
their job description, what they do, they clean up, but I don't know about the water business. You know, we're not gonna talk
You know,
water
but
up
I'm
there to
just
you.
not. No,
For
no,
anybody.
no, 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 no,
That's not
not.
in
It
their
wasn't
job
personal.
description.
It wasn't
I
my
know it's
personal
true,
stuff.
but just go ahead and say it.
No, I'm just saying, what my personal
yeah, if
water.
y'all talking about these people going out there to the highway department and directing it, read your home rule charter.
Oh no, I don't have nothing to do
I mean,
with
what are
it.
y'all talking about? Lay it out there.
I'm just talking about water and stuff.
Well,
That's what I'm talking
Read the
about.
home rule charter, read the job description, you know, but as far as me telling somebody y'all couldn't talk to the employee, I never said that.
Well, I'll give you an example. I used to communicate with Julie. Me and Julie have always gotten along. When I was at the session in Baton Rouge, where the new appointees are to go, I text her, and I got it still in my phone, and asked her if we participated in a particular arena. She did not respond, okay?
I swear to you, I haven't got it.
Just
Okay.
listen.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
I've never heard this before.
Okay? I did not get a response from her, okay? That is the first time that I have never gotten a response from her in my life,
Agreed.
okay? That said to me, what I'm hearing about not being able to communicate must be true because that's the first time she changed and did something like that.
That is true.
And I have enough respect for her that I would do nothing to jeopardize her job, okay? By me even sending her an email, saying hello, trying to strike up a conversation. Got enough sense not to do that. That's my example.
I never knew that. Thank you for explaining.
Okay, so we good? Can we, I seem to think Mr. Salter's saying we're in a good place right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so let's take it and run with it.
We just turn around and move forward.
That's exactly my
Hey,
point.
these three women right here, they pretty well run this parish.
Uh-huh.
And they got their mind trained, and they don't just sit up and file their fingernails every day. They working. And I didn't know how much they did until I came, son.
And they're very good at it.
They're very good at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they are. And I told her yesterday, if she wasn't here, this whole mess would probably fold up.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't, you don't just run in here and ask them a question. call them ahead of time and let them get their time and their thoughts together and get you your information and then come meet with them.
Okay.
And that didn't just start in January. Nothing changed for
Okay.
us.
All right, so
since Mr. Salter's been
we
here.
have
Let's
a
clear
wonderful
that up.
agreement. Let's don't mess it up, okay? So moving forward, we have communication. We just have to do respectfully, give you, notification in advance, all that kind of stuff. And it works both ways. You can talk to us. You don't
Okay,
have to go
about
through-
the road issues, we still go through you with it, or can we just email Dustin and you, like I
didn't
used to
say
do
they had
that?
to go through me with it. I'm just out there trying to help. And if y'all will go out and look at the conditions of the road, we need all the help we can get.
Yep.
It's something that ain't just started. They worse than ever been.
So,
Okay.
what does that say? We open to communicate with the highway department on road issues?
Dustin is what you said, right?
Yeah.
Because I sent
I
you
draw
guys-
back because I was told we couldn't do that no more. And I kind of feel like Mr. Allen did because when he started drawing back and not replying to my texts for the last 4 years that I've been on his council, and I've always texted him directly with road issues, then all of a sudden he pushed it back and I said, okay, maybe it's true.
Read your charters, Marty.
I don't ask him to do that. I'm just like I sent texts to you about a road that's flooded. I send you pictures. I send him pictures. I don't ask him to touch
You
it.
don't have to. I see them every day.
I know.
I know.
But I'll send them out to y'all as a copy for me to say, hey, my voters come to me say, hey, you turn my road in? That's my job. I
No,
turn
it
it
ain't. No, it ain't.
in. I turn it in as they call me.
No, that's not your job. Read your charter and
So they
I
need to
don't
call
care.
you.
Look, dude, I don't care. I'm gonna be out there. I go there every morning. And sometimes I stay out there all day and I'm either on a piece of equipment or I'm in a truck, whatever I gotta do to make things help, better. But you read your charter, you could get your own self in trouble, not me. Don't worry about me.
Can I ask a question? I think, like Cool Hand Luke says, I think we have a failure to communicate.
Yeah.
I think what Marty's asking is if he has a constituent that has an issue with a road or a highway, do you want him to contact you or is it okay if he contacts Dustin?
Okay, to be in compliance with Parish Transportation Fund, we're supposed to be working off of a weekly work schedule.
We don't have one.
And we don't have one. We have never had one since this got started.
Mr.
So
Salter's trying to
this,
get one.
but we have some stuff that we're trying to clean up right now what was started in December, Marty. So I told you, you can call Dustin right now and say, did Mr. Salt say anything to you this morning about starting the work schedule next week, starting tomorrow? Ask him. He'll tell you. We're fixing to get our schedule. Okay, now, if you call him, if you got a road going to water, for instance,
I do.
and we're out there doing something, yeah, okay. And you got to call 911, and then they're going to turn around and call us. But if you call him and he's in the middle of something that he's supposed to be doing on schedule, and it says if you get off that schedule without it being determined to be an emergency, there's a ton of paperwork. That's the only way you can get off that work schedule. If you call him and cause him to go over and do something he's not supposed to. I'm just saying now, hypothetical. It's everything you got to consider before you start calling people and say, my constituent called me, Dal Brown, it's fixed now. They can get in. So it's fixed today. That stuff is being on the
So
road.
according to what he's saying, what is the procedure you want?
What do you prefer?
Yeah, what you prefer?
It don't matter to me.
I'm confused here.
I just want them to get
See, I think the distinction he's making is you can't, as a council member, under the home rule charter, call Dustin or anybody in the highway department and say, get over here to this road.
I know that.
I know.
I'm not even tempting that.
Right.
I'm not stupid.
Again, I'm trying to get clarification. It's not my job as a lawyer.
Yeah, he
But-
ran for this. He didn't know what he was getting into when he ran. He thought he was running for police jury, well, you couldn't.
Do you prefer that they contact you, or is it okay that they simply inform Dustin of an issue? Which would you prefer?
Or Mr. Salter, do we need to go through Joe so she can put them together to get on the work schedule?
No, that's just hold that thought right there. and you say Mr. Salter is working on a work schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now, my question is, can they put that on their highway webpage saying,
But we gotta get there first.
well,
That's right.
that's what I'm saying. Once y'all get there, can we put it on there and say, these are the roads we working on this week, but is subject to change?
No, it's not subject to change. It's not subject to change.
So if anything
That's what Mr.
comes
Salter
around,
is saying. Once we have a work schedule, this is the list of roads we will work on, and the only way we cannot work on those roads is by an order of the president in case of an emergency, which has to be documented with paperwork taller than you and I both. So we're trying to be compliant in order to do that. Mr. Salter's concern is if Marty calls Dustin and Dustin's working on this road and Dustin leaves this road to go check on something for Marty because it's important, or Mr. Allen or Mr. Braxton, then Dustin has just pulled off of his job that he is assigned to be on to go to something else.
Dustin, because Dustin know the rules and regulations now that he have to go according to the schedule. That if any councilman call him and tell him about a road, he need to put that on the priority list. But what I'm asking,
you have not talked to Dustin?
I'm saying that when I text Dustin about roads, I'm trying to get put on a list to get a road took care of.
Get on a work schedule.
Yeah.
What about when you call him and talk to him for hours and stuff, while he's gonna work, is that just to mention the road to him?
Let's work out the procedure.
Yeah.
Let's get to the procedure. What is the procedure we want to do?
okay, my thing is that can we come to the point that we can put it
get
on?
together, we can meet it,
Okay.
we can make a schedule.
Okay.
Okay, Region Home Rule Charter, priority, the number of people.
I'm very much
We're
aware.
trying to get it worked out to have a schedule.
So you're trying to get to the red book.
We are trying to get back. We're trying to get to the red book. Mr. Salter is trying his best
Well,
to be
Mr. Salter
compliant
always tried to get to the red book when he was a councilman.
He can do it now. And we
Red book.
I know, but the thing was, you wrote the red book, but when the
1984.
parish government came in effect,
The red book
you
has
it
nothing to do
never
with the
did
parish
go
council,
through
Cheryl.
it.
It has nothing to do with the parish.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to get back to a work schedule to be compliant with our tax
Parish Transportation Act.
fund.
So can I ask, this is my new understanding of the procedure, okay? He's going to eventually do a work schedule.
Next week.
Okay, whatever it is.
Each one of y'all, call Dustin and ask him, did I not call him this morning and tell him?
Oh, I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. You're going to do a work schedule, and if we have work that we think is a priority, we can call you or Dustin. He can put it on the list that you would consider for future work
And if you would,
schedules.
I think if probably, just my opinion, if we call Joe, Joe's got the paper where she's at. Joe can, or Jennifer can put it on the list, and then we can prioritize it.
But let's just say, yes, exactly right. You made the right
Because hopefully Dustin's out
point.
in the
So
field doing something
three of us
to
send
fix
something forward. You're going to have to adjudicate and prioritize which one's now more important to put on future
Exactly.
schedules.
Now,
what
if you
have
have an emergency that constitutes we need to get right now, I would suggest you give that to Mr. Salter
Exactly.
or to 911.
It would be faster.
But therefore, if we need to pull off of our job because we got somebody whose car fell in a hole, the whole road washed away, then there we go.
So let me reiterate. So when we do call Justin, we're simply providing him a road that we think is a high priority for our district, and he puts it on some sort of list that he consults, and y'all determine in
I
future
think-
work plans that it would go on, right? That's
Mr.
my
Perry,
understanding?
I think if just about a road, just roads in general, I
And I don't
think you
think
need
there's
to call
any road that doesn't need to be turned
Joe or Jennifer to put it on the list. But if you got a emergency that is, you like a car fell down in a hole, or
They can't get out. They can't get in.
a cave.
So is that
in.
what you're saying?
But I think you need to call
Joe
Mr. Salter
or
on that
Jennifer?
one.
What we did before,
911
police juries,
Yeah.
we had a
Yeah.
notebook with a tablet and a
We don't
phone.
want- they can
and
call their own
we
picture.
wrote our concerns and our calls from our constituents, and we turned them over to the parish transportation department. and they went through and set their card and was there, put on work schedule.
So I could do the same thing and email it.
Yes.
I would email and have a copy. That would be your record.
I see, that's perfect for me, because that'll be a record for it, a date stamp, everything's good.
Date,
That's why I
time.
would
Send it both.
send everything to Cheryl, where I would have a record of her sending it to the highway department.
See, I like that. Go to you and Justin, or you and Jennifer, or whoever the two you wanted to go to.
Well, Jennifer is my assistant out there, and she's helping Miss Joe, and they're trying to get together where we'll have a backup if one of them's out for some reason or another.
But I can send it to anybody, email, whoever you want.
Just call that number, one of them gonna answer.
Well, I'm sending
If
email
you
though.
want to email it, he can email it to Jennifer and Joe.
But after, like in last March, I believe it was, I sent an email to Dustin, and he went and looked at the road 2 or 3 days later. It was a manual. And they came in on the other end at the Burby where it was washed out. They had to walk home. So I sent him an email, and of course he was still working for Richmond at that time, and he was going to be loyal to him because Richmond hated me because I was a direct person, But when I sent him that email, and I got a copy of it in my truck, he sent this email. He went and took a picture of the dry place on that road. But he killed himself. It was 2 little mud holes, and the reason the mud holes were there was no ditches, and it was grass growing up. And he said he wouldn't accept any more emails from me or the councilman because I sent lies to him, and I just did like y'all talking about responding from what somebody told me, one of my constituents. So I never sent him another one, because I wouldn't get nothing done no way. Your District 5, it's been nothing done from Marco all the way to, and you go over in Marty's district, since he had this direct call in line, Dustin, go look at the gravel over there.
Well, I know it's been more done since you became president than before. I know that for a fact.
I love what I do.
Yeah, I don't know about my district.
Yeah, I know it for a fact. So I'm not bashing on that. We're just figuring out the procedure. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to send an email to Joe Jennifer. I'll probably CC him.
You know what I'm saying?
The work schedule works off of priorities, so it's hard to say if you don't have a road that meets top priority this week, they may not come to you, and they can't come to you until your road makes it into a priority. So if all of our worst roads are in Marty's district this week, then we won't see you this week.
That's right.
If all of our horrible roads are in Mr. Holmes' district, and I don't even know where's what's who's how, except for Marty's mine. Then it just depends on the work schedule and the prioritization of the roads.
Okay, who checked those roads to see where the bad roads are? Because some of my constituents telling me nobody ain't been down their road in 5 years.
That would have been Dustin previously. Now it is Dustin, and Mr. Salter is helping that. Dustin was pretty much a one-man show.
He don't know.
That Brickyard Road, that Whale Road, I went down it yesterday.
Rex
Well.
and Dawn.
You talking about Miss Cox who lived at the end? I went down there and met with her. I've been down the road.
But they called it me like a slam.
Well, you gonna get that, Bobby.
Yeah.
And everybody lives on the worst road in the
They
parish.
was on Marcella Road the other day, but they didn't finish it.
Marcella Road in
Run out
there.
of cold now. What we're talking about
They
is
was on Morning
things get
Star
done.
Road, too. They
I
did
want
it
y'all to
on Morning
consider
Star.
letting me get another grader and get rid of that dozer and that track hoe. The boy that run that track hoe left. He's gone. He ain't coming back. He goes 2 weeks. We don't need it anymore and it's running out. The dozer is just about done what it's gonna do. We need another grader. We need 4 graders, and we're paying $3,350 a month for the dozer. And what, $3,000 for the track hoe, which would amount to another.
So when the graders, let me understand, with the graders, you say right now you have how many graders? 4?
We have 3. We're going to get another one to be 4.
Okay, so.
And get rid of the dozer that we're leasing.
But my thing is that with the graders, going through the priority thing now, the list going to have, would all those graders go work on those roads all at one time? or they're gonna be separated in each
They're
district?
gonna be separated in different zones. I don't know about district. It's hard to keep up with your districts. You got priorities, but right now on the south end, I don't have a great, I got one sitting down there now because we had to go down there and fix a little road that goes into the bin site because of the agreement we had, instead of taking money from us, to have a bin site at Chopin, we had to run a grader all the way down there, see.
Wouldn't it be better if you get rid of all your equipment that you don't need, get 5 graders so it'd be in each
We
district?
can't afford 5.
5 graders.
You see, the 3 graders we got is too big. The graders we got is too big, they're too big, we can't.
We're trying to
We
figure it
got a
out.
5,000-pound counterweight on the front of the grader.
That's a
You
smaller
can't put it in the ditch. The moldboard is wider than the road, and they're costing more, they burn more fuel. It's just not working.
Can I ask you, because you said for us to think about your adding that, could you propose to us what it is that you want to do, the big picture, get rid of this, add this, the rationale, all that kind of
Okay,
stuff, so
so
we can
that's
vote
what he
for
just
it at
said.
once?
We have a track code that we're renting that we pay $3,500.
No, I mean just on.
Oh, on paper, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, because
Try it out.
I want to help you do what you need to do, but I just need to understand.
Well, the money we're paying is hard to get people to come off the road. The preacher at the Baptist church, he's the operator for the union, he gets $42.
Michael Dubois?
Yeah, we pay at 18, you can't get them to come and work for that. And the guy that just left, he's a good hand, and he had a CDL. So you paying a CDL driver $13, $14 an hour, and then you got a guy making 22 that's running the grader, and he has a CDL
Yeah, he takes off.
or a dozer.
Yeah.
Well, when you need a truck driver, you jerk that $22 hour man and put him on the truck right beside this guy that's making 14. Well,
Part of the reason we like to increase our,
So when you propose getting another not dozer,
Grader.
get rid of dozer, get another grader, a smaller grader or the one the
Yes.
same size?
I need a 120. I'd like for my all to be 120 with 12-foot moldboards, but I've been working with Caterpillar, and the guy that's been over this district, he's leaving. So we got a new man, and I called him the other day. He was gonna come and look, see what kind of shape, what kind of deal he could work with me to give me 4 120s instead of 4 140s. Well, he quit, and the other boy, I told him I'm fit to go to Komatsu. He just get away from Caterpillar, so he told me he would come, but I told him I need to talk to y'all first and see. But people like Marty there that never been on a piece of equipment but a forklift, they don't know about graders. He don't know a thing about it. So
Okay,
I'm
Mr.
probably
You
wasting
throw
my-
enough of far darks at me
I'm
now.
probably-
Keep insulting me, and I'm fixing to make something happen for you.
Go ahead and do it, dude, because you done it.
You're out of order.
No. We don't need that.
Attorney,
Well, he stood up there and called me a liar.
attorney,
I'm just getting him back.
Mr. Monsoon,
I'm gonna-
I
I'm gonna
understand.
eat him
What's your
back.
problem, man?
you want to stay out of it.
We were doing okay for a while.
Okay,
Okay.
this is my work session.
I'm just started being.
Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, we're gonna move it on.
What are we gonna do about C and B or C, B, C?
That's why I'm getting back on topic. Okay.
It's almost ready.
Okay, we're on about C, council to discuss amending the home rule charter to approve to go to the ballot to add B and C to the section 2-9, council employees to say blah, blah, blah. Do we want to keep this on the agenda or do we want to remove it?
I think take it off.
Mr. Cherry,
Take it off.
Mr. Cheatwood,
Oh, stang, I ain't saying that.
Mr. Braxton,
Take it out and come back.
Mr. Allen.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. We're gonna take this off and we're gonna see about what we just said, that everybody work together and see how this will go, okay? Next, council, I need you to approve adding on the agenda, on the other agenda items, is to authorize the parish president to award the contract after the state approve its, after the state approve it. Julie, you can give me the word,
The state,
correct?
we received state concurrence. I'll send you some.
Yeah.
Yes, we need.
Don't ask me to spell concurrence, because I ain't
Okay,
can't.
I need you to get that, so when you get it to me, I need the council, do you want to put that on the agenda?
Yes, I want to.
No, I'm asking council.
Sorry.
Mr.
He
Carey?
was looking at me,
Yes.
I'm like, yes.
Mr. Cheatwood? Okay, Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Braxton? Okay, once you get it to me, I will add that to the agenda.
And then our other ordinance that we asked to be put on
I have to wait
after,
until
but
they-
we're gonna
yeah.
consider it after y'all talk with.
Right, they'll get back
Pay
with me and let me know.
And our pay range
You
ordinance,
need
I
to
will
send
make
that
a
stuff to
7
me.
pay range ordinance.
Right. This is John.
I gotta turn the air on.
We need to add a resolution to the agenda that says that we can go to our parishioners and tell them that the weekly road schedules are going to be on the agenda. I mean, on the website going forward. When you going to have it ready? You were the
I
spokesperson.
mean, he's working on it adamantly, but I would really not like to be held my feet to the fire in case it does. We were hoping for last week.
sound like
I mean,
a
we're
good
working
plan.
as fast as we can. So
No later than April the 1st.
So I don't know.
If they can sit down and come up with a weekly work schedule, which they do every day, I don't see why they can't put it online.
Why don't you do a request, a resolution to request that the parish president finalize the work
So why don't
schedule
you announce to
process?
the world that we're not doing it the way we should do it and we lose our parish transportation fund? Let's don't do that. Because we're in danger, if that got out, of us losing our parish transportation fund.
How are we going to lose the transportation?
Because it requires that we have a weekly work schedule and we're working off of it. And for years,
It has two or
it
three
was been said
requirements.
that we had it and we has not had it, and everybody up here knows we don't have it, but the people we get our tax money from did not know we didn't have it. And Mr. Salter has, once he became president, got the official word that we didn't have one, and he is trying to get one. So if we put something on our agenda, we're announcing to the world that we haven't been in compliance and we could lose our money.
Posting the information is not saying you haven't been doing it. You're just going to post it. That's all it is. That's all we're saying.
And we don't need a
We wanna
resolution. We will have it posted once we have it done.
Well, you decide to post it now. Next month, you could decide we don't want to post it anymore. So we need a resolution that say that that they should expect to see that. We're going digital now, okay? And these people need to know that there are places that they can go to get information. They don't need to be calling Marley, me, or anybody else about
Can we give
when
Mr.
their
Salter-
road is going to be fixed.
Can we give Mr. Salter the benefit of the doubt that it'll be posted, and if at any point in time it's not
Why
posted,
can't
then
I
you can get
finish
your
talking
resolution?
before you just interrupt me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay? All we're asking is to let people know it's going to be posted somewhere where they can go to it and look for themselves. Period.
So with our new
It's
open
just-
communication rules, can you just ask Mr. Salter to post it instead of asking for a resolution to post it? That's all I'm asking. We're asking to open
We're
communication and
asking
work
through
together.
that channel of a resolution. We're asking that question. Period. We're letting people know we're asking that question, and here's when we asked it, and this is how we asked it. We have people that they call us every day about roads, okay? Every day. And we don't have a way to say this is supposed to happen. This is what's written, okay? This is what's been voted on. It's always hearsay. Well, this one said it was going to do this, and that one said it was going to do that. And then you look out there, and then somebody went off and did something they weren't supposed to do, and then now all of a sudden, oh, well, trying to work around it. No penalties, no nothing. And people are looking for accountability. People are looking for information. People are saying, what's going on? And we're directing them to the website. We're directing them to our Facebook pages. We're directing them to everything, okay? We decided amongst ourselves, we would love to have every single person attend our monthly meeting. Every single person in this parish. And we know it's impossible because we don't have a place that big. But if we have a system, and that system's out there, to take it to them, now they're a part of the meeting. And the state and the federal government are demanding that we do those things, some of them by 2025. We don't wait till 2025 and decide, oh, we're going to get it done. You need to start doing it right now. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's what my position is.
The charter tells you, Mr. Bill, that you have got the work schedule, got to be, it says the president can make that schedule. So if you want to post it where everybody can see it, you put it on the website, Facebook, however you want to do it.
Who wants a resolution to say that?
He's already told
It's
that.
already in the home rule charter. Well, if you want to, that'd be another change.
Is it in the charter that it's posted on the website, you're saying? No.
We don't have a website, do we? That's what
Yes, we do.
Well, it's not being maintained.
Yeah,
It's not,
being
that's right, it's not
maintained.
being.
We got it.
We're working to get it maintained regularly.
Have y'all had your picture made yet for the
Yeah,
web
that's gonna be Monday.
this coming Monday?
More resolution.
Is everybody going to vote on a resolution? Or are we going
We don't vote until,
No, I mean, is everybody going to vote to add a resolution, or are we just going to?
we don't do that.
Cheryl's asked everybody to vote to add stuff to the agenda all day.
Cheryl has done some things that we need to talk about, okay? But I was told that the chairperson approved the agenda. The work session started so we could try to get questions answered of things that are possibly going on the agenda, okay? Before we get to our monthly meeting and there are questions. That's what this meeting is set up about. It's not a voting meeting. Cheryl made a little mistake. We're gonna get there.
When I first started, at the beginning, I said this is not voting on any agenda items that already on the agenda. I made it clear. I said I just need to know the council to add the new stuff to the agenda. That's what Cheryl did, because Cheryl had to ask y'all, do y'all want to put it on the agenda? Cheryl wasn't talking about everything that's already on the agenda.
So this is an add.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
We're quitting. You're going to what road you're going to?
I don't remember that.
You got it.